Hey y'all, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon, I'm just glad that you guys had decided to vibe with E. Yes, the one and only E. And today's vibe is something special like all of them. So without further ado, first, I'm thrilled that you guys had tuned in with me, especially because we still in the peak of the new year, I guess, for real. So why not start it off with me? You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, whether you on the go or at home, I want you guys to sit back, relax, and enjoy hearing me. And if you're new here, hey, how you doing? I hope you guys stay here. And for the ones that are not new to this, but true to this, hey y'all, what's up? What's popping? And let's get to it. Okay, so today's vibe of the day is selfish. Yeah, selfish. Yep. And the reason why today's vibe of the day is selfish is because, like I said, impacting on New Year, New You, I feel like this year I said the theme is selfish. The theme is selfish, taking control and doing for you. So let's get into it. The reason why selfish, I feel like should have been, the next vibe of the day, because like I said, it's a new year and a new you. If it's not a new you, you can still be selfish. It's okay. So let's get into it a little bit more. When it comes to selfish, I think for me is taking a leap on things that you just need to keep to yourself. One thing about me, I keep a mystery on everything I do now. I feel like when it's time for me to pop out, I'm going to pop out. Like I said, within the New Year, New Me episode, the vibes for me is pop out, taking control, and being selfish. Those are the three vibes that I'm feeling this year because, like I said, with last year I learned a lot about myself. I learned what to do and what not to do and how to do it and why, why not to feel some type of way. So that's why I'm being selfish within everything and with everybody. At times people be like, why are you being selfish? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing that? Sometimes you gotta take control on yourself. You gotta really, really be selfish at times. And we always, when we think of selfish, we think about the bad of it. But we never think of the good, because at times you have to be selfish. And I feel like at times when people be selfish, I feel like it's for a good cause. Because at times people don't want to keep going in those cycles of life where they have to be there and open arms for people and then nobody's there for them like that. That's them being selfish. And at times we have our ways where we need to be selfish within ourselves and also the people around us. So, selfish, what does it mean? Is either of a person or action or movement, lack of abilities for others, and people is only on business, and people is with only one's own personality, personal profit or pleasure. And people always be like, when it comes to a selfish person, they always think about themselves, they never think about others. However, at times you have, like I said, you got to be selfish. And I had to learn that because I'm the type of person that is, like I said, I'm there for a person, open arms and X, Y, and Z and doing the most and stuff like that. And I just had to think about it. Like one day I really was sitting up in my room, just thinking about it. I'm like, bro, it's been so many times I've been there for people that I took the risk on doing certain stuff that I don't do at times and do things I don't do, but the type of person I am, I did it. However, when it comes to my turn, I don't see nothing. Everybody go. Everybody be no, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. The light bulb went off in my head. Ding! And it was like, child, you need to start being selfish. You need to start taking control and taking matters in your own hands when it comes to E. E does everything for people that she loves. E goes the extra mile. E, I'm like, bro, I'm sitting there just thinking to myself, like, bro, I really do a lot. And at times I don't get the shit in return. Or you do it for a company, business, whatever it is. Sometimes when it comes to also the mental, that's what I really wanted to focus on. When it comes to the mental, I ain't got time for nobody to fuck up what I got going on. I know y'all was like, damn, that was hard when she said, yeah, I don't got time for nobody to be fucking up nothing I got going on, especially when it comes to my mental. Because if you fuck my mental up, oh, I'm really being selfish. And a lot of people, when you tell them you had to distance yourself, like right now is not the time, people be like, oh, you being selfish. Oh, you always think about yourself. Like, what the fuck? Think about it. My mental, me being selfish for my mental, that's fucked up. Sometimes you gotta step away from people. But you're not doing the things that you used to do for people, like doing this, going to bat, going for war and all that for people. You'll see who's there for you and who's not. You'll see who's been selfish and who has not been selfish. Just people, I feel like some people in general be selfish for a reason. And some just be selfish because how they are. And I feel like the main thing when it comes to selfish is it packed with needs. And if it's impacted with your needs, some people put their needs first before they put yours. That's being selfish. And I'm the opposite. I always put it others before me. Because I'm just that type of loving, caring person. And then I had to think, if it's not the people that I am surrounded by every other day or talk to every other day or is very basically period have a type of relationship with, it's a difference. But if it's motherfuckers that just be coming out of nowhere, asking for all this shit, be selfish. Because you don't want nobody disrespecting, fucking up what you got going on. Because when it comes to you being selfish, it manifests in the various ways. You know, people be such as, you know, like I said, people be like, oh, you put your own needs over others. You disregard the feelings or well-beings of others. Or you just constantly seeking personal growth acts. Like, you put yourself before others. Like, you give yourself that platform before you can give anybody that platform. Now, what I say about that is I'm not like that. I give my flowers when it's due. I give my shout outs. I go to beyond. The only time I'll be selfish is when it comes to my feelings and the needs. When it comes to somebody telling me their accomplishments or saying it, I'm going to give you your flowers. I'm not the type of person to talk about you or do little things to you because you're doing something. Now, that's another thing. That's where that comes in. People don't like to see you win. You can tell who wants to see you win, who is in the middle, like, okay, I want to see you, but it's like, girl, I don't want you to see me. I don't want to see you win before me. And then it's the ones that don't want to see you do nothing. That's the selfish shit. That's one of the most selfish shit I feel like you can ever do, is down talk on a person that really been doing what they gotta do for themselves, versus people that take the shortcut, scam, and do the most and don't get it right. You know? Selfish and jealousy go hand to hand. I've been in situations where you wouldn't think the people that you consider or is your family and friends to be selfish of you, to be selfish towards you, and jealous of you. Jealousy is one of the things that ticks me off. Word to Drake. Jealousy in the air tonight, I can tell. You can tell when a motherfucker jealous of you by the way they talk to you, the body language. I'm big on body language. If your body language giving off like, yeah, I hear you, but like I'm about to, baby, I don't care. One thing about me, when people try to brag, I brag different. I don't even gotta brag. I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. I don't like a person that brags. That's a person that's selfish. Like, if you gotta brag about every little thing you do from head to toe, the littlest to the big things, that's selfish. Like if somebody compares to what you get, if somebody is on your level and you looking at them like, you don't need to be on my level. Like, this about me. Like, I'm talking, like, how you gonna be on my level? How you experience what I experienced? Like, you ain't do what I did. I seen it, y'all, and I've been through it. Like, just having a conversation with somebody and every 5 minutes is about them, that's selfish. And playing the victim is very selfish. Like, how can you not own up to the shit that you do? How can you not own up to what has been going on or whatever? People, people I feel like need to realize that at times you need to learn how to turn it on and turn it off. You should know when it's time to be all about you, then it's time to turn it off. Okay, I'm gonna listen to her. And then I feel like this is the thing that pissed me off. If you're having a conversation with somebody, why every conversation is about you? Like, you are not the motherfucking president. Like, what, why the fuck I always gotta have a conversation with you when every 5 minutes is about your damn self? Like, damn, I thought we're having a conversation. If that was the case, you should just make a book or a movie or some shit about yourself. And I just watch it or read it or listen. I don't fucking know. Like, people that just do certain stuff, like be selfish and always want to talk about themselves, really is, like, as they say, my ick. That's my ick. My ick when it comes to selfish is the way people maneuver around things and the way they say shit. Like, you wouldn't think the people that you are, related to will be selfish, let alone jealous of you. And you don't do shit. I mean, you do shit like you get your bag, you get to the bag, you got a business, you handle your business, you getting that degree. If you just minding your business, period, they gotta find a way to say some bullshit to be jealous, and then the jealousy, they want to be selfish and all that. That's annoying. At this age that I'm at, and I'm able to, like, I ain't gotta hear the saying, stay out of grown folks' business like that no more. I see and understand what my mom used to say, like, why? You gotta be selfish. Sometimes you gotta take matters into your own hands and tell people, look, I don't want to hear it. It's always about you. Now it's about me. It's my turn. I'm gonna show you how to do this. Word to Stevie J, I'm gonna show you how to do this, son. I'm gonna get to you. And that's another thing too. People feel like when they're doing little selfish stuff, that's them getting to you. Sometimes it depends on, like, if it's somebody I'm really, really close with and they do something, oh yeah, it's gonna get to me. Somebody outside, oh fuck, baby, you ain't get to me. That ain't getting to me. You're getting to yourself. Because I'm not giving you the satisfaction, let alone not even giving you the time on a day that you want me to give you. I'm not even giving you your little 5-15 minutes of fame and all that. Especially when it comes to social media, jealousy and being selfish shows a lot. I just sit back and observe. I be like, damn, you being selfish. Like, if you got a family and you out here doing all the glitz and glam for yourself and your family not up there with you, that's being selfish. One thing about me, if I'm looking like I'm looking, oh, baby, best believe whoever I'm with, they're going to look up to par too. That's another thing I feel like when it comes to friends, if me and my girls, we out. Before we go out, we always ask, what's going on? What's the vibe? How we feeling? If I feel like somebody, even myself, is not following the vibe, I want somebody to speak up. Because if not, that's them being selfish. They're going to let me walk around like a fool and not tell me what's going on. One thing about me, I'm not going to be selfish to the people that I love the most. I'm going to be selfish to the motherfuckers that keep trying to play with me. I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. I leave a mystery to every motherfucking thing I do. You gotta leave a mystery. Because people will be like, I'm jelly. And because you can't post everything. That's another thing I learned. You got to keep a mystery. And I don't really like post everything about myself because I don't want people to know my business. And I don't like being on social media like that. Like, I don't want to have, and then I don't like having all that shit on my story. Like, I don't like that. Like, between 5 stories is cool with me. The only exception will be like, your birthdays or like if you promoting something. Cool. But on a regular basis, I'm not going to be on my story talking all this selfish bullshit. I'm not doing that. Hey, But when it comes to being selfish in the good way, like I said, at times, certain stuff you got to do for you. You got to be selfish. You want to take yourself out? Do it. You want to widen down yourself? Do it. If you used to have a vibe with somebody and, you used to take them out, like do stuff with them, you introduced them to a vibe and they, you thought that they were able to maintain it, but it wasn't, and you had to take it back, be selfish on it. Because a lot of things I had to be selfish on. I had to take back what was mine. That's impacts of taking control. With me being selfish this year, taking control and popping out when I want to, it's all going to fall in line. It's all going to fall in line. This is a new year, new me, new everything. When it comes to being selfish, baby, I'm telling you this and you're getting it from me. Do it. If you feel like you got to separate yourself, you got to go into hibernation, do it. And if the people that don't understand, be like, oh, that's being selfish, be like, hey, that's how the cookie crumbles. Sometimes I got to take action. Sometimes I got to do what's best for me because I only have one life. You only have one life. So live it right. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes it's going to be good days. Sometimes it's going to be bad days. I'm going to tell you, them bad days do not last forever. They don't. So with them being selfish, even if it's for a good or bad cause, do it. Because at the end of the day, you know what's best for you. If you got to be selfish with your people's loved ones, whatever, friends, whatever, people's period, do it. You got to be selfish with your company. You got to do it. But if you're doing it, make sure it's for a good cause. Don't just do it just to be selfish. Because there's some ignorant people out here that just be selfish and it just rubs me the wrong way. Like within the movies, you always got that one selfish ass sister that always thinks she's better than somebody. And when it's time for her to, have a conversation, you ask her how she doing, she got a whole damn autobiography or biography to give you like, baby, I don't want to hear that. Or bro, I don't want to hear that. Like, come on now. Like, let it go. We get it. We hear the same. And that's another thing too. Sometimes like it's the same old shit, just a different day. I don't want to keep hearing about it, So if you got to exit yourself from that, do it. Be selfish. Because, your ears probably was tired of hearing it. Your eyes was probably tired of seeing it. Like whatever it is, you got to take steps back, do it. And I feel like when you take steps back, that also impacts being selfish. Because at times when you just move yourself away from things that people, you're being selfish and you're taking control on what's yours. You're taking control on what you need for you. Especially when it comes to mental, spiritual, and emotional impact on you. The well-being at that. Because I'm not going to let nobody drain me. And when it's my turn, they be real selfish. That's another thing too. Selfish people are not giving. They'll give you what they want to give. And it be like probably bull or it's probably nothing. But they're going to give you a hard time. That's what I'm going to tell you. Selfish people going to give you a hard time. Selfish people is always going to overall make it about them. Like, I feel like it's ways that you could be selfish that people just be not thinking about the good in it. And at times, like I said, I thought of all the bad because I seen it, been through it, done it. But when it comes to selfish, I'm being selfish with my love. I'm being selfish with, looks. I'm being selfish with a lot of things this year because I need it. And you need it. You need it. Don't say you don't, because you need it. At times, you need to be selfish within yourself. You need to take that control for yourself. You need to really put your foot down and be like, all right, I'm not having that. And I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. Because I'm not going to let nobody take nothing from me. And I'm not going to let nobody feel like they obligated to have me feeling some type of way. And like I said, when it comes to selfish and being the center of attention, it feel like you're taking somebody's shine. Like when, that's another thing too. Like a lot of times when I see like a lot of people within the black community, within my black community, have their time to shine, it's always that one or group of people that is willing to be selfish, to take that moment from you and make it their moment. Like, why can't you just be happy for somebody? Why can't you just be happy for a month? If nobody is paying attention to you, you got still to like. That's another thing. I done witnessed so many times people being selfish and they don't even know they being selfish. Like, what the fuck, bro? You can't do that. Like, let that person have that moment. Let people feel the way they feel, because that's fucked up. Don't let somebody have you in that space where you gotta be like, I don't know if I'm being selfish or should I be selfish. I feel like if you gotta do what you gotta do, but it's the ways on the pros and cons of selfish. You always gotta think of the pros. And I'm on the pro side. I've been too nice to some people, and I know you've been too nice to some people. And you need to take matters into your own hands. You need to take control. You need to put your foot down and say, look, I'm being selfish. I'm doing what's best for me. And mine. And mine, because I know y'all, some of y'all probably got some kids, some lovers, some friends, whatever. Be selfish with them. See, me, I can't. Only thing I'm being selfish with is my household and my very, very close friends. I ain't being selfish with no man. Like, I feel like when you get into a relationship with a person, okay, be selfish. Like P&D Rock said, he's selfish. He wants you all to himself. Now, that's another thing. It's levels with that type of selfish. Like, whoa. Like, I feel like it's a good selfish within a relationship, and I feel like it's a bad selfish. The good selfish is like, they doing all the wine and dine, you my only one, woody, woo. The bad selfish is like mind controlling, trying to take control of you. No. And one, like I said, within the black community, the media displays, like, I don't see a lot of being selfish within a good way within the relationships. Back then, like the 90s, you got a different world. Cosby Show with stuff like that. Within their love, their way of being selfish was like, it was very like, I want that. Versus the media, it's like, for me to be selfish, I gotta knock your ass upside your head and to show you like nobody gonna get to you. Like, you mine. Like, I don't want to be aggressive. Like, I'm not even the aggressive type. I feel like only time I gotta get aggressive is if you getting aggressive with me, and I don't even like doing that. But being selfish, I feel like within a relationship, it's like you gotta show me. I can't believe the hearing. Like, you can be like, oh, I must be so selfish to you. I'ma do this. I want you all to myself. I don't want nobody else. You don't need nobody else. But, womp, show me. Don't tell me, show me. But then the opposite, they be like, nobody wants you. And I'll just be like, that's abuse. Like, that's just, like, y'all abusing physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Like, oh my God. Like, when it comes to that word selfish, it's so strong. Because we always think of the negative. We don't really think of the positive. But when I think of positive, I think of a person as a one individual, a person that is able to stand up for themselves. Take control on what is theirs. If they feel as though they need to be selfish with their love, selfish with their money, selfish with their household, selfish with their business. Do it. Because that's what I'm doing. You got to leave a mystery within everything you do and how you do it. You got to be selfish. You got to take matters into your own hands. Sometimes you got to be the HBIC. Sometimes you really got to do that because, like I said, you be surprised at the people that's selfish, and you be surprised at the people that really, really is jealous of you. And jealousy is a pact with being selfish. I feel like if you don't know, you gonna know one day. You gotta really like pay attention to the signs. See, one thing about me, I observe people. And I read between the lines, especially when it comes to social media, certain things that people do, certain things that people say, the songs and messages, the way you phrase it, your grammar, your punctuations, emojis, the tone of your voice if you send an audio or if I'm listening to a video, the body language, the face expression. Y'all gotta pay attention. You gotta see what's real and what's not. What is the traits of being selfish and what's the traits of jealousy? Think about it. Like, I want y'all to just really let it soak in. Like, season it. It just, let's just take the moment and think on that. You know, we had those moments in our life when we told people, you so selfish. Like, you being selfish. Like, you only think of yourself. At times, we never really ask them why they are selfish. And most of them has very good reasons on why they do what they do. And some just asses. Like, they just selfish just because. Like I always said, people that were the only child was selfish. Sometimes they have their reasons on why they selfish. And I get it. Then there's some people that grew up, you know, like me in a household with 2 or more siblings or 1 or more siblings or whatever the case may be. And they are still fucking selfish. I be like, God damn, like what the? But hey, some break out of it and some don't. But me, I haven't been selfish like when it comes to things and people. But myself, I'm going to be selfish when it comes to me and taking control of me on a deeper level. I'm taking control on what to say, on what not to say, how to do this, how to do that. Why this, why that, where, all that good stuff. But with me being selfish this year, it's just mainly just being selfish on things that impact with that mental. Yeah, that's what it is. So I want y'all to just keep this in mind. Within being selfish, you got to take control of that mental. The brain is racing 24/7. You need to make sure, you know, all hands on deck. And you at a place in your life where you good. You don't want to feel like, oh, I'm the superhero of everybody, but do you have a hero? You know? I know y'all probably like, girl, you just mumbling, like you just beating around the bush. But I'm just trying to tell y'all, like, take control. Be selfish. Do things that you never did that you just want to do. If you know, sometimes you are always at them events and then when it's your turn to do stuff and nobody does it, be selfish within. If it's an event come up and they invite you and they ain't come to yours, be selfish and don't go. And keep going. And keep doing it. I'm telling you, you're going to get comfortable and it's going to be like, okay, maybe I'm going to break out of it and maybe I'm not. Sometimes like it's meant to be. Sometimes you have to be selfish within things that are meant to be selfish for. Especially when it comes to I feel like when you grow up, when you reach the peak of your 20s, that's the year of being selfish. That's that year when you get in your bag, I feel like, and you get real down and dirty. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And if it's not done like this, I don't want to see that. And I don't want to hear it. That's how I feel. That's how I'm on. I'm all about, you know, getting these degrees, getting that money on. I'm on a new level where I'm being selfish with things that matters. I'm not being selfish on bullshit. I'm on a level where you gotta be selfish to the point where it's going to make sense in the end. I feel like people just do things that don't make no sense. And it don't make like nothing spectacular in your life. It don't bring no type of joy or I I don't know, y'all. That's just me. I feel like when I'm doing something the opposite way, like if I'm a nice person, and when it's time to do like be cruddy, sometimes I'm like, dang, this don't feel right. But sometimes like, man, I'm selfish. I gotta do for me, and I'm gonna do this for me. And with that being said, y'all, I hope y'all take something I said out of this and run with it. If it don't help some of y'all, long as it help one of y'all. Because I'm telling you, you gotta take control. You gotta take matters into your own hands. Sometimes you gotta be selfish with others and with yourself. Because like I said, it's only one you, and you gotta do for you. And if nobody gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you, do it. Do that shit. Do that shit. Do it. If you gotta take that time to just separate yourself, do it. And if they feel like you being selfish because you're putting yourself first, oh well. Like you gotta think. Everybody has feelings. Some people don't take everybody's feelings into precaution, and some do. Shoot. With that being said, y'all, I wish y'all nothing but the best within the new year and on this day or whenever y'all listen to this. I want y'all to be selfish within any and everything you're doing and with whoever you're dealing with and the ones you love the most. You gotta have that sense of urge too to also really put yourself first. Really, really be selfish with yourself first before you be selfish with anybody. And you gotta learn how to be selfish in a way that, it don't come off so nasty. That's another thing I really forgot to really dig into, but I feel like it wasn't no point because we all know, we see it. Come on, like we know what's going on. But yes, y'all, I wish y'all nothing but the best. I hope you guys have a great week. Please stay safe out here. It's getting cold by the day. Sometimes it's like warm. Sometimes it's like cold, freezing cold. I'm like, dang, we gonna have some snow. Like, what's going on? But yes, please be safe out here. I wish I love with the best. And you guys will hear from me next week. Peace and blessings. Au revoir.